So today I thought I would bring to you none other than a brow tutorial, and honestly, I really wanted to do this, so I thought why not just do it now. So I hope you guys enjoy the video, and without further ado, let's get straight into it. The first thing I do is I go in with the Primark brow kit. I don't think this has like a shade or anything, but I basically go in, dip into this little brow pomade stuff, that's what I say, and I grab a little bit she says, as she like drags the whole thing out, and I just put some to the back of my hand. Then I go in with a little brow brush. It looks gross, I know, but it's what I've got to work with. So we just brush out the brow so we can kind of get that basic shape. Then we're going to go in and use what we just put on the back of our hand, and we're going to start off by making a shape, basically making a brow. So we're going to go ahead and draw underneath. So we draw underneath the brow. Excuse my really shaky hands if you can see that. Just like basically draw on the underneath part of your brow first, on the bottom, like that. And once you're happy with that, you go on top. Now, I personally don't like to go all the way to the front because it can look a little bit harsh. So I just start at about here, like further back about here. And I do the same thing that I did to the bottom, just creating whatever shape you want, whether you want to make them look bigger, smaller, whatever you want, or if you want like a bigger arch or whatever, just do whatever you need to do. Then what I do is I basically go ahead and just bring the front out a little bit, just a touch further than my natural brow sits, just a little bit. And then I go ahead from the end and brush that pomade stuff all over my brow, and this will create a sticky base for when you want to apply the brow powder in just a second. So right now it doesn't look like pigmented as such right now, but we're going to sort it out. Okay, so right now you should look kind of like this. The Tanya Burr Perfect Brows eyebrow kit, and we're going to be dipping into the shades Chestnut and Hot Cocoa, which are these two down here. And we just mix the two together because that personally makes my kind of perfect shade. And we basically go over the lines that we just made. So we go underneath. Don't worry if it's a little bit like crazy like this because we're going to be brushing it out anyway. Yeah, so don't worry about like if it's come out like super pigmented and it's like, oh damn, what have I done? Because you can easily go in and fix that later and blend it all out and conceal it as well if you've done a little bit too much. And we're just going to go over the top as well. And the thing is, where you've put on that sticky base with the pomade kind of wax sort of thing, this basically allows it to stick on your brow a little bit better, and it allows a little bit more pigmentation as well. So just going to bring the tail, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with just the Hot Cocoa, which is the darker shade, just that shade, not mixing it with the other one. And I'm only going to do this on the tail, so I like to make my tail a little bit darker than my front. So on that bit you're going to use that shade, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to dip into Chestnut and Hot Cocoa, and we're going to bring it to the front a little bit, but you don't want to kind of put the colour on the front. You do not want to do that because you don't want it kind of looking blocky, you want that fade. So then we're going to go and touch in with a little bit of Pebble, which is the lightest brow shade, and we're going to just put a touch of that in the front just to make that lighter kind of fade look. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go in with my little brow brush and we're going to blend it all out. So we're going to take what product is in the middle here and we're going to blend that out to the front. And if you have a harsh line in the front here, you just blend it out. So then you're left with kind of more of a fade. So you don't want any like blocky look. Okay, so you just do it until you feel like it looks as good as you want it to look. With a little bit of concealer, and we're just going to swatch a little bit on our hand. Concealer brush, which looks like this. Like you can choose whatever kind of one you like, and I just go around everything. Just going to go around everything, and if there's any mistakes that you've made, you can clean it up, or if you've done something a little bit too big or anything, just go around it and conceal. I'm also going to just blend it slightly as well. You can bring it onto the lid a little bit as well. And you can sharpen out that end bit as well, like the tail. You can sharpen that out to however sharp you want it to look. And we're going to go ahead and go in like this on the top. And I personally, I don't know about anyone else, but I personally like to bring out the concealing a little bit further than what your eyebrow is, because it just gives, it just looks a little bit better personally, I think. And we're just going to blend out those edges like that. And you can easily go back in with your eyebrow brush if you feel like you need any more touch up in the front. And finally, okay guys, so that's the finished look basically. So if you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and as well, like, go follow me on social media. I've got everything linked down below. I believe I've got a Instagram, Twitter and Snapchat, and I'll have them linked, but basically they're just my YouTube name, GlitzOfGlamour, capital G for glitz, capital O for of, and capital G for glamour. But yeah, go check those out, because on Instagram and Snapchat, also I'll put up there like when I'm editing a video, when I've just made a video, so then you kind of get to know when I've done a video. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. Thank you so much. See you guys soon. Bye. I'll survive.